For the children. For the children. Sounds familiar. So, what we're going to do today is a case study on land, buying land. This is in Oakland, Tennessee, but it could virtually work anywhere. I know for a fact it will work anywhere in Tennessee. So, it's evaluating land, um, checking out the land in a certain area that you want to buy in. You want to see what is around it. So, I'll share my screen here. Good. So by the way, I'm Ryan Barnett, a local real estate agent with the Morrow Group in Bartlett, Memphis, Tennessee. Service all of Tennessee, mostly Western Tennessee. Outhouse to the White House. That's what I call it. I'm a real estate agent for virtually everybody. I work with investors, out-of-town investors, multi-million-dollar homes, business owners, doctors, you name it. Kind of off-putting, but out there in the community, you meet everyone from crackheads to brain surgeons. So you really come across everybody. Anyhow, I wanted to make sure I shared my screen here. And so case study here. Just some land here. So I'm going to look in a local MLS here and MAR, that's Memphis Area Association of Realtors. And what we're doing here, I just did a full search, basically a power search to look. Someone called, they were interested in Clay Pond Drive. So in here, in this power search, you could look up directly that address, or you could just pull up everything in the history. So I'm a little analytical, so I just pulled up everything just out of curiosity to know. So in the history, a lot of times I'll go by year. Of course, status is important. Expired and closed means that it already has happened in the past. So we're looking at here. So on this road, we've got a 4-acre and an 8-acre parcel. Well, we'll check out this 4-acre parcel. Just looking at the pictures, this is what you would see on any IDX feed once it's updated into the local MLS. Realtor.com, Zillow.com, thousands, hundreds of thousands. Scrape the web and get what is entered into the local MLSs that dates back to God knows when, but when they were working out of books. And anyhow, technology is changing every industry, and this is how it's changed now. So anyhow, this kind of looks like a 1990s website when you scroll through the MLS, but these are the public photos of this 4-acre lot. And when you're buying land, so this is a land case study video, and I'll do others on a $2 million house in Memphis, Germantown, Tennessee, what that looks like, viewing comps, active pending sold, last 3, 6, 12 months. Those don't change over as often, but this one here specifically is on purchasing land and in West Tennessee, to where you could be dealing with the same things that you deal with in East Tennessee, but anyhow. So this one's been on the market for 191 days. Original list price was 100,000. Today, September 20th, 2023, they have dropped down to 85,000. A lot of people will call me and ask me, like, why are they selling, or what did they pay for it? Well, in 2004, they may have paid a lot less than today, and it doesn't affect today's price. What affects today's price is what a willing buyer and seller agree on, of making that exchange of money, the US dollar. Right now, it's not gold yet. I don't think they've changed it yet. It's not all digital yet, but right now it's still the US dollar. And what that seller of land would want to exchange for the amount. And this price is 85. So anyhow, so in here, so you have the history of it, and here's your documents. So on land, just like you would, I mean, you're buying raw land, it's unimproved land. You don't know, you got to get water, electricity. So you don't know if it's in the city, if it's in the county. How are you going to get utilities? How are you going to get lights? How are you going to get water? Do you need a well? You'll have restrictions. So in here, you'll have a restriction. This is about having an agent that knows what they're doing. and is local to the market, that's actively working in the market, knows what you're buying, because you could just buy a piece of land, you could get lucky and could sell it again later for a higher price, and could possibly not. Here, and I'm gonna dig in and quit babbling and get to the brass tacks, so to speak. Here, so residential use, these are restricted covenants, not necessarily the HOA, but you drive down a street, just think of it. Do you want to live on a street, which is totally fine, but on your street, do you want there to be one lot have a trailer? They can do whatever they want. It doesn't have to be a trailer, but maybe they have a tent, a RV, um, 50 horses, 30 dogs. There's going to be some, uh, it doesn't have to be some, but in this case, these are the restrictive covenants. Residential use. So in this lot, both lots 1 or 2 should be used exclusively for residential purposes. A lot of details in here. You need a local agent that knows this, or you need to know it. If you're going to represent yourself, you need to know what to look for so you don't have surprises after you buy your unimproved or improved land. And so this property hereby restricts residential dwellings for residential use, no structures of temporary character, trailer, basement, tent, shack, garage. So if you want to move a trailer and you want to buy a parcel of land, don't get this parcel, because they will not allow trailers in their covenants when the builder made these covenants with the county. He put these covenants in place, and that can be done for short-term rentals. It can really restrict anything, as we'll see. So said property is hereby restricted to residential dwellings, basement, tent, shack, garage, barn, other building temporary. And there's always, so this is barn. What's a barn? You can get into details, because I know there's some barn dominiums in this county here. Many counties, but Hardeman County, and then even doesn't have to be out in the country necessarily. Barn dominiums are kind of popular even in this area of West Tennessee. I hear a lot of people, not a lot, but a few people live like, yeah, I want a barn dominium on 5 acres. So the survey doesn't legally describe freehold estate. That is good. No animals, livestock of any kind can be raised, bred, or kept on any said parcels, except dogs, cats, or household pets may be kept. So, what is your reason for getting this land? Most people that I've talked to, they get land, they want to build a house on it, or build some sort of structure, or it has a structure, they want to improve on it. They don't necessarily want to open, although they could, a dog kennel, it looks like. Say you wanted to open a dog kennel here. Of course, there could be other restrictive covenants in here, or some other entity, the county or the city or something, that wouldn't allow it. Neighbors would complain, but maybe not. But most often, I don't work with too many people, although I would if they wanted to open up a dog kennel on some land. It doesn't matter. I do commercial as well, real estate. It doesn't. So I'm not restricted to it, but on this specific example of land, you can't have animals, livestock of any kind that can be raised, bred, except dogs or cats or other household pets may be kept. All pets kept restrained, fence, no more than 5 chickens. Could be set parcels that must be kept in 5 chickens. I've been on the street. I don't know if everyone's adhering to that. Horses may be kept on parcels subject to the following restrictions. Only 2 horses on this 4 acres here in Oakland. No owner shall keep a horse on their lot unless said a horse is owned by the lot owner or they're residing. So I guess you can't open a horse. What the heck is it called? Goodness. Anyhow, I know they're horse stables. I have a second uncle that has some horses out in Oakland, Tennessee, actually. But I guess you couldn't. I've ridden out to a lot in the country, and you'll see where they breed they breed horses. It's stuff that country folks do, right? Not stuff that we're used to in the city, but they'll break horses. They'll stud out horses, breed horses. So anyhow, on this lot, I don't think there's any of that happening. Location of any barn, stable, shelter, pasture, turn area associated against trailer permits should be designated on the site plan submitted connection with the change structure. Yep. The horse should be brought on a lot, so property owner. So someone on this may not care at all about horses, and I could be digging in a little deep on the horses. So forgive me if you're not into horses on this. So no advertising signs, not more than 5 square feet. I guess it's so you don't end up putting a billboard and renting out a billboard on your land of 4 acres out here in Fayette County. Recreation vehicles or commercial vehicles included, but not limited to boats, trailers, houses, camper trailers, motorcycles, all-terrain vehicles, golf carts, 2 or 4 trailers kept in a garage or otherwise reasonably screened from view of the neighbors or the road. So it doesn't look like you can do any and everything in here. You can't live like a bunch of hoodlums, and hopefully this is enforced if that's what you want on your street. To not have 30 cars out in the front, all sorts of ATVs, just I would say a real unrestricted area to where you'd have to go a little further out these days. Used to ride dirt bikes, still do. Actually, there's my national number 16 over there. I don't know if you can see it, 16, Loretta Lynn's Dude Ranch. But to ride on the racetracks, loud, a lot of 30 bikes in a race is pretty loud. So you'd have to go way out. And that ain't happening here, but there was a time to where that was happening here. Where this, I wouldn't say where this very lot is, but in the area where this lot is, definitely a little east of it, still goes on. So no obnoxious or offensive trade or activity should be carried out. Development should be done. So it's got some covenants. That's good. Depending on what you want this for. If you want to live there, you probably want some restrictive covenants so your neighbors aren't just going totally nuts, right? And if not, if you want it for another reason, you'd have to go look for another piece of land. So anyhow, so that was just restriction. So easement, an easement is. So what is this easement for? Owner located in Fayette County containing 59 acres. So we're looking at 4 acres. So the owner owns 59 acres. Not sure if all of that's for sale. They're probably selling off pieces of their land as they age, I'm guessing. Real estate holds its value, appreciates in value over the course of time. Not every year, but over the course of years, it always goes up. So that's my best guess. That's not necessarily a fact, but I'm assuming they're selling off some land and living off of it. Many investors own 10, 20, whatever they own, that cash flow properties, real estate properties, and then they could sell one a year, live off of that income for the year or for many years. They don't necessarily have to sell off one, depends on what their portfolio looks like. But real estate's a great place to store money if you got it. Whereabouts owners located in Fayette County, 4 acres, designated parcel map. So this easement has to be something for like a driveway. Could be like a utility easement. Could be some power lines running through, a gas line underneath, or probably not on this necessarily. So let's see. Okay, whereas Marsh has constructed a driveway which runs along the west boundary line of this parcel, Clay Pond Drive, in the north or south direction. Marsh agrees to allow Cox to construct a driveway which will connect to the existing driveways. Okay, so this piece of land here, Cox shall be allowed to construct a driveway which will connect to the existing driveway. Of course, I would read every word of that before I would advise anyone on anything of purchasing. I would do it the due diligence as I would do on myself before I would encourage someone to make a offer without looking at all the facts on property or land. So I'd like to build a long-term relationship and help you out in any way I can in the future with other deals or anything else. Anyhow, so that was a easement that we were digging into on this 4-acre parcel for a driveway. And it says that, so who bought this property? I don't know if they recorded this easement or if it was recorded prior, but it's an improvement to raw land being if they added it after. I'm assuming they did because it's in the documents and MLS. Anyhow, so the easement's there, and this is just little work that you'd have to do. Like you'd have to apply for. We need to know where the water is. We need to know where electricity is. Like, how do we get access to that? Do we have to apply for a permit to get it? Easements, this, that. What all do we need? So that easement for the driveway. So I'm assuming this is this 4 acres that we're looking at here. Pictures on the MLS, and I'll give a video on site of what this actually looks like versus what it shows here. This is the street, Clay Pond Drive. It looks like there's trees in the front, and here's the land. 4 acres, all connected. So the majority is in the back, which that's good. So it says the easement, you're allowed to connect to this driveway. And I don't know if you're going to drive all the way down here or if you want to chop some trees and make your own super long driveway, but getting ingress and egress, basically entering and exiting, whether that be a driveway or windows or whatever, a door. It's one thing that needs to be in the real estate is ingress and egress, or something that you need in it. You know, how are you going to get there? It's like landlocked in the middle of a huge farm. You're going to need easement of some kind to get there. Unless you're going to walk on someone's land to get over there. Yeah, anyhow. So this is permit for construction of a sewage disposal system. So permit for, so there isn't one. So you're going to need a septic tank here. Apparently there's no city sewer, and we'll need to check on water as well. So this is a permit for one. So permits are applied for. So this could be just another improvement to land. 5/9/22. We'll see the dates that this actually changed hands. From if it's sold to other people or whatnot. And so here's the view we're getting from MLS. I just want you to see this view. Of course, this is online, and then I'll have another one that's on site of, hey, this is what it looks like on the computer, and this is what it looks like in person. And so this is what we're looking at. Not sure how recent this is. Neighbors, we'll see. It's kind of like you're looking at Earth from outer space. Like this blue, beautiful globe. See the sun setting or whatnot on whatever Earth photo you may have, and you get closer and you start seeing the people, buildings, and then it starts looking kind of not as beautiful as that big blue ball that's all in space. So we'll see if when we get there on site, if it looks like that. So that's what that easement's for. Would be the driveway, and then we had the permit here that they applied for a septic tank, 4-bedroom, and anyhow, we got current state permit and then survey. So here's a survey, 4-acre R1. That's basically R1, basically low density. It's not still a city, huge city dwelling, certain amount of population in R1. It's going to vary from county to county, but Fayette County. Yeah, what is that? What is that? R1 incorporates all farmland as well as single family residence. So you can dig in a little deeper. Low density, most restricted residential district intended for low density single family use, along with open areas which appear likely to develop in a similar manner. So sounds like a good, I'll tell you what, being an agent and getting calls helping people buy deals, being a real estate agent, you can make, it's a sales job. You can make a good living, but if you invest in real estate, you can make a fortune. So I always look at people that call me that I help out, and I do every bit of due diligence that I would do on myself, but I end up finding things that interest me. I don't, and of course, you can't invest everything. You only have a certain amount of bandwidth, certain amount of money, certain amount of everything, just like everybody. But I tell you, you read certain things, and then it's like, man, being in the business, you see where you see opportunities, and you just have to take advantage of them when you're able. I guess I'll just leave it at that. And so we got 4 acres, R1, most restrictive. What it says, you can dig in a little deeper, but county specific, but basically USA R1 means the same thing, but could be a little different county to county. Anywho, so there we are. Survey Cynthia Marsh, 59 acres, 4 acres. So Cynthia Marsh owns more than this 4 acres that they're selling here. So I get to know her, him, who all that is, the owner, and see, you may want to buy more. Who knows? So I'll show you the video of it in person. I just wanted you to see the what it looked like from here. Hold on a minute. Cynthia Marsh. I knew I was going crazy here. Anyhow, wanted to find current owner, Alec Clemmer. So 4 acres. So like 2020, 22, 80 and 90. What is this? 85. 191 days on market. Hey, original list price 100.
Have a bite off again.
She's got them in there. 191 days on market. Original list price 100 grand. List price 85. It's a 20-year-old son. Yeah. Needs to get into real estate. Tell him he needs to get into real estate. He doesn't listen. He'll probably wait till he's 45 to get into it, like me. So 100 grand. I shouldn't say that. He won't wait till he's 45. And real estate, maybe it ain't his zone of genius. Maybe he needs to do something else. Actually, it isn't. So I'm talking out my butt. So now today, September 20th, 2023, 85. Will they take less? Will she take less? Will this owner take less? Well, I'll have to see. So Alec Clemmer, 4 acres, current owner septic. Does it matter who the current owner is? Yes and no. Issue to Alec Clemmer. Drive. Inspector. So is that the current owner of Claiborne Drive? Maybe, maybe not. That 4 acres it is by parcel ID. We would know for sure. Oh, here we go. 4 acres. Parcel ID is not in there. Thanks, local MLS entry listing agent, for not putting the parcel ID in there. So does it matter? Does it not matter? Yes and no. Depends on your purpose for this land. But I would investigate further before I put up 85 grand. Could be the best investment you ever make in your life. Could be a mistake, depending on what your purpose is for it. And I'd love to help you find the piece of land or the home you're looking for in your next move or your next investment. If I can help you at all, just let me know. I appreciate it. With the Morrow Group in Bartlett, Tennessee, Memphis, Tennessee, Ryan Barnett, 901-461-6357. Y'all have a nice day, and I will follow up this video with the on-site visit. Does it look like this? Does it really look like this? And what is over there? Been on the market 191 days. Is that thing still there? It looks like horses. Horses, right? Okay. What y'all doing on my land? No. All right. We're going to find out what it looks like in person and if it is as dreamy as it's looking like here. Looks like a lot of the same photo. But so wait, hold up. Yeah. Yeah. So home, maybe another home, or it's connected, and this is their barn. They feed their horses over here, and now they're selling it. Where are they gonna go now? I don't even know if that's what's happening. That's just what I'm wondering if I was to buy this. And first thing that comes to mind for me is like, can I put more than one house on there and sell a couple of houses? But are they going to drive back there? I'd have to look in those restrictions and see if that is allowed. Can you build a fourplex back there? And is it in the covenants, whether the neighbors like it or not? Can you build a fourplex back there? And I'm talking nice. I'm not talking crappy. I'm talking nice 4 condos, 4 acres. Can you put 4 nice condos? Would that highest and best use? I don't know if that would be the highest and best use there, but I would find that out from an investment standpoint. But you would want to know, can you put that on there? And would the market want that out here? Is it needed? Not many houses for sale, so I can't say that housing's not needed, but you want something that's in high demand, especially if you're going to put money to build it. And if you're buying vacant land, you got to have a purpose for it. Unless you're putting it there to store money, it can be a good savings account for sure. No doubt about it. Anyhow, we're going to see if this lot looks like this tomorrow. And looks like I better bring some boots. So you'll have a nice night, and we'll follow up with that.